Hello, fellow gamers, and welcome to the Video Gamers Podcast. The Altars was one of our more anticipated games of the year, with an incredible demo that captured our attention to an amazing premise and great presentation. It seems like it was destined for greatness. But did we get it right? On this episode, we're breaking down our thoughts after having played it. But first, some introductions are in order. I am your host, Josh, and joining me in one timeline, he's a buff MMA fighter. In another, he's a successful voiceover actor and impressionist. But in this timeline, he's one of the hosts of the world's favorite gaming podcast. It's Ryan.
The second you started that, I knew that's where you were going to go with this one.
I really didn't. I had to put it like a positive spin on this because it's like, MMA fighter, voiceover, podcast host.
Man, why'd I get stuck with this life?
Right. And joining us, he's been actively trying to create altars of himself, but he's having a hard time choosing between pastry chef John or donut shop owner John. It's podcast host John.
As attractive as that sounds, I think that one me is probably annoying enough for this world. I don't know.
I told my wife that, and she was like, I would kill any other versions of you if there's more than one of you in the world. She's like, just so you know. And I'm like, okay, well, as far as I know,
one
there's
is more than enough.
Yeah. And then she kind of looked at me funny, and I was like, hey, it's only one of me, baby. Guys, look, we've been hyping the altars for a long time, man. The demo came out, I don't know, what was it, like 7-8 months ago? Maybe a year ago?
Yeah, it was a long time.
I mean, famously, we played the demo. We went, yo, this game is going to be great. I remember, I think it was Paul way back in the day that found the altars and was like, you guys should try this demo. And I'm like, bro, this isn't my kind of game, man. Like, I don't know if I'm going to. And then I played the demo and I was like, this is great. Ryan, yep. I know you played the demo and you were like, yo, this is great. Yeah. John, I know you have heard about the altars, like from us just talking about it on the show and all that. But did you get a chance to actually play the demo before just jumping straight into this thing?
No, I didn't play the demo. This is one of those games where, honestly, if I hadn't heard about it on the podcast, it probably would have never crossed my sphere, or at least not until it came out free day one on Game Pass.
Yeah.
But no, I didn't get a chance to play the demo.
Okay, so this is one of the things that I love because one of our favorite things in the world is putting games in front of people and just saying, hey guys, there's this game we're excited about. It looks really good. Famously, Expedition 33 was one that we were shouting from the rooftops forever and a day. That one panned out, which is great. But, we have seen a lot of people in our Discord server chatting about the altars. I mean, it's getting a lot of praise from people in our community. I know we've kind of built this up and then, it's time to play it. I get super excited anytime we get to kind of come together and like share our thoughts on this because we have not shared any of our thoughts on this game with each other at all.
Nope.
Like, I know John's been playing it. I've been playing it. Ryan's been playing it. And it's like, we've been talking about which altars we've gotten and things like that. But I have no clue what you gentlemen think about this game. And I know you guys have no clue what I think about this game either. So guys, before we get into the actual breakdown of the game, what our thoughts on this game are, kind of what it is for people that may be unfamiliar with it at this point. We do have to thank somebody. A huge shout out to rare supporter of the show that signed up to support this amazing podcast, Butch.
Yeah.
We want to give you a thank you. Thank you, Butch. Butch has been watching our Twitch streams, hanging out every time we stream. Butch is there right away. Just awesome member of the community. So thank you, Butch, for just supporting the show, man, and hanging out with us and having a good time. One of the things that I think people don't realize a lot of times, we're gamers, man. Like we've always said we are not industry professionals. We're not journalists where we're like, oh, I'm this fancy like game industry journalist. Bro, we're just gamers. And honestly, one of our favorite things in the world is just hanging out with other gamers. Like, this is the best thing for us, man. It's
Take
why
that,
we love
journalists.
our community. Yeah. I mean, it's why we love our community. It's why we love everybody hanging out on Twitch stream, you know, watching the shenanigans and all that. So thank you to everybody out there for just being gamers with us, man. It's awesome, dude. All right, guys, let's get into the altars. I have a question for you.
Okay.
I know our hype levels were high going into this, but I kind of want to just like the game comes out. What were your hopes for this game? Like the demo, I think gave us a very good look at the game. Was it just, hey, I wanted more of the demo? John, for you who didn't play the demo, like I know you kind of went into this, not blind, but like almost as blind as somebody can get. Cause I know you said you weren't reading the reviews or anything like that. So what was your hope for this game?
My expectations for this game were pretty modest, honestly. It was a game that you guys were hoped for and that there was some buzz for in the Discord community. And so I had interest because of that. But I this wasn't like Expedition 33 where I had these big lofty expectations for it and I was really hopeful. And it also wasn't like Doom the Dark Ages where you had hyped me to the point where I was now hyped. It was, you know, pretty modest expectations. What I can tell you is that there's lots of people who I've gotten to know very well through the Discord community who had said, you know, John, this feels like a game you're really going to like. There's another game that makes the rounds in our Discord called Satisfactory that I also haven't played at this point. But people are like, yeah, John, I feel like that's going to scratch an itch for you. And so I was interested because of that. It sounded like there was, you know, a lot of resource management, base building, and there was kind of like a strong logic component to it. And so that's primarily where my interest came from.
All right, Ryan, what about you, buddy?
Oh man, I since we played that demo, I think it was Paul that got us onto it, and I remember, like, when was the last time that you were that psyched for a game after a demo? Like, I don't know if you can think of another one, but what is another demo that's been that much of quality that's hyped you up that much for the game? I can't think of another one that I've played in a long time. You know, remember the old days, the demos were like, oh, okay, I got to get this game. And that's what this one did for me. And it just kept the hype train going all the way to release. I was so stoked to launch it on day one.
Yeah, the same for me, honestly. And that's a really good point, dude. I think this demo might be one of the best demos for a game that I have played.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately. Like, we're always diving into, like, little indie demos and Steam Next Fest demos and things like that. But I'll be honest, like, it's rare that a demo, I'm like, I am in on this game, man. Like, when this game comes out, I'm in. This demo has sold me. And it sold us so much that we really started like touting it to other people and saying, you guys really should play the demo. The crazy part is they pulled the demo for like a really long time.
I don't understand why places do that.
I don't know why either, unless it's an old build or they get to something where they're like, well, we've changed this enough or something. So, all right. Let's give a kind of very quick breakdown on what the Altars is. Like, what is the premise of this game? I mean, give me the 60-second, version of like what is the Altars if you were trying to explain it to somebody and they're like, what kind of game is this?
It's basically you are a builder, you work for a large corporation you're sent out into space to try to find this mineral. It's very rare, very valuable. And you crash, your whole crew dies, and from there you have to just kind of survive. You have to base build, you have to manage people. So there's a lot of cool factors, kind of almost like a pie of like 3 where you got to divvy all your kind of attention as you progress through the planet, and kind of follow the story.
Yep. John, you got anything to add to that?
No.
No, I'll tack on a little bit. I mean, that is the premise of it. You kind of mentioned it, Ryan. There is a kind of trifecta in this game, in my opinion, where it is you are on the planet, and they show all this stuff in trailers. We're not going to get into spoiler territory for people. Like, we might talk a little bit about maybe a base module that's, but there's not going to be any like major spoilers or anything for people. But there's the part of the game where you are exploring the planet, you're looking around, you're finding metals and materials and things like that. Then you have your base, which I think is one of the coolest looking bases that I've seen.
I would agree with that.
Your base is
Yeah.
a gigantic wheel, like a
base is
bike
cool.
wheel.
It's like a giant Michelin tire.
Yeah, and I mean, it's such a simple thing, but it just looks so neat. When you see it, you're like, bro, this is really cool, man. Like it's dumb and how simple it is, but they really did a great job of making your base look neat. So then there's the base kind of management part of it. You're constantly trying to build new modules, upkeep things break in the base, that kind of stuff. And then you have the namesake of the game, which is the altars. We're going to expand on all that stuff here in just a little bit to kind of break down the gameplay elements. Guys, I'll tell you what, man. We've been keeping this from each other for a while now. I want to just spill the beans, man. Like, we'll rate it later for people that want to know, like, you know, what our actual like rating on this game is, but we've been hiding this, and I don't want to hide it anymore, man. What did you guys think about this game? What were your overall impressions of this? Did you like it? Was this a whiff? Was the demo not quite in what you thought it was going to be when you got to play in the game? Where are you boys at with this?
This game for me was almost the polar opposite of the Midnight Walk, where the Midnight Walk seemed like it was very catered to what my interests are, in that it was like kind of whimsical horror, Tim Burton-y sort of thing. And ultimately, I felt like that game was sort of soulless, even though like that type of game is a good fit for me. This is the opposite. This game was very well, I think, designed and realized, very well acted, very creative in a lot of ways, polished. I mean, man, it's another indie game that's putting AAA on notice, guys. But ultimately, it's not for me. Didn't like it.
No?
Not for me. Nope.
What didn't you like about it?
Well, there are at the risk of sort of adding tinder to a little fire that's going on. There were I used to own a business, and there were parts of that business that were really, really, really fulfilling, and there were parts that were not so fulfilling. And that was specifically that no matter what I did, I couldn't keep everyone happy. And this felt, it triggered all the bad stuff, man. Like, no matter what,
because I know exactly what you mean, man.
No matter what I did, there was going to be somebody who wasn't happy with something, and that it hurt my feelings. I don't know what.
Like, this game's just making me feel terrible.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, come on, man. I'm trying to, like, there was some fun elements of like trying to figure out how to speak to each one of your altars, and you go like, oh, the technician's kind of a jerk and he wants you to be a jerk to him. And the scientist, I don't know if this goes into spoiler territory, but there's like certain ways that you talk to certain people to like best succeed in keeping them happy. But no matter what, when I was playing, it just felt like somebody was nagging me about something. and yeah, honestly, I was playing the game and going, wow, this is really well crafted, and I hate it so much. but there are people that this game will like absolutely resonate with. I think this is going to be a game of the year for a certain type of person.
Yeah. All right. What about you, Ryan?
Oh man, I kind of want to hear what you have to say, because I have a feeling you are along the lines of John. But I personally freaking loved this game. I had every bit of fun I had with the demo, I had, and then some with the rest of the game. I thought the world was absolutely beautiful. You talked about the base. Even they designed it to where you can see the tread marks of the tire in the kind of walkways or the place you rolled through, which was awesome. The audio was great. The gameplay, if you're doing it right, and we'll probably come back to that later, was fantastic. I really enjoyed the base building, the management. It was a top-notch game for me.
I kind of figured that was your take, because when you kept talking about the altars and where you were at in the game and stuff like that, I'm like, I'm pretty sure Ryan is digging this game right now.
Yeah, so basically, like, there's parts, just so this isn't really spoilery, but you can kind of reload from previous days if you need to, or if something happens that's wrong, you just kind of like reload in a save point. When I failed in Act 2, pretty deep in, I restarted back to like day like 8 or something, like all the way back early, just because I was having so much fun and there were so many things I wanted to do differently. just so I could replay. So I have like 25 hours in already.
Yeah. Yeah. So for me, again, I've been saying this forever. I did not feel like this was my kind of game. Even Paul was like, Josh, I'm really surprised that you like the demo so much because this is not your kind of game. I do not like games that feel like work to me. I do not like sim games. And hey, every gamer is different, right? That's no shade to a game that people love. I mean, The Sims to me is one of the most mind-numbing games out there, but I get that millions and millions and millions of people absolutely adore The Sims. It just doesn't resonate with my brain. Now, the Altars, on the other hand, I mean, I loved this demo. I start playing it. I am just a kid in a candy store, man. I am having so much fun. I'm replaying all the parts of the demo. I cannot wait to see where this game goes. I get my altars. I get my base. I love the base building aspect. I like survival crafting games. I am just having an absolute blast. And then I hit the wall, boys. And then I hit the wall. And I gotta say, man, we tout a lot of games. We get excited about a lot of games. You know, we're not right all the time. You know, man, on this game, I think we're right. I think that we hype this game for the right reasons. I think that a lot of people absolutely love this game. I think it's masterfully done, to be honest with you, between the presentation, the voice acting, the three different like systems between being on the planet, being in your base, managing the altars. It is just, it's done so well. But I think I hate it, guys.
There it is.
I agree, man.
I think I hate this game.
I totally agree with you, dude.
This makes me feel so bad because I've been excited. I've been hyping this game. I've been telling everybody like it's Altars release day, like yay. Guys, I got to a point in this game where I failed spectacularly. I could not keep my altars happy. I was out of minerals. I was out of freaking organics. I like my base is falling apart. Everything is just going to poo. And I'm just like, what the heck, man? So you know what? I said, no, Josh, no. You're going to like this game. You've been hyping this game. You're going to like it. I reloaded a save point, like you said, Ryan, that was about 4 hours earlier because I was like, okay, I've learned a thing or two in my dumbness about how to manage all this stuff. I went back like 3 to 4 hours. I made better choices. I made better decisions. I got to the part where I failed spectacularly again, and I failed again. It wasn't quite as spectacularly, and I just went, I think I hate this game, man. I don't like it. It's too much. It's too much work. The altars are mad at me. My base is falling apart. I don't have minerals. I can't get more minerals because my altars are mad at me and they won't go mine stuff. So it's like, fine, I'll go mine it then. Oh, guess what? The base is falling apart because I'm out mining minerals now. My altars won't fix the base because I'm out of repair packs. And it's like, this game's stupid. I hate it.
Josh, I'm so happy to hear you say this. You have no idea. I've never had a game make me feel so incompetent in my life. Like, it was the same thing. Like, I got to a point where everybody was complaining about everything. I didn't have enough materials, and paradoxically, I was also out of storage space. I was like, what the heck is going on right now? It was, again, it just felt like I was getting absolutely nagged on for everything in the game, and I couldn't. I really, really wanted to like this game. I am a big champion of indie games, but man, I hated it. Some people are going to love it.
Yes.
But
most people, most people I think will love it.
You know why? Because they're going to play it the right way. They're going to play it how it's supposed to be played.
And listen, you know what? That is a fair point, Ryan, because I had a very long conversation with Paul on the side, right? Because Paul's been playing this. He's finally, life's calmed down a little bit for him. And he's like, guys, I finally got a chance to play the altars. He's chatting with us. He loves it. And I don't want to spoil anything for Ryan. So I go off on the side to Paul, right? And I'm like, bro, I hate this game. And Paul just absolutely cracks up. And he's like, that doesn't surprise me. And I'm with John. I'm like, I feel like I'm an idiot, dude. Like, other people are like, oh, I'm in Act 2. I'm in Act 3. And I'm going, I can't make my altars happy. Apparently, I'm bad at juggling all of these different like systems because everything is falling apart. Even after I reloaded, I'm like, bro, go out there and mine stuff. Oh, well, I'm out of Rapidium, but you need Rapidium to make this altar happy because I don't want to spoil anything. But he did something really, really stupid where you need more Rapidium now. So it's like, hey, Alter, you go out there and mine some rupidium. Okay, I'll go do that, but I do it really slow. Hey, the base is falling apart. Oh, well, you don't have enough repair kits to repair everything. Oh, I better make some repair kits now. Oh, well, you don't have enough organics because you've been mining rupidium instead of the organics for 2 days now. So now you're out of organics. Oh my goodness. Well, organics is what you need for food. Hey, Alter, go out there and mine organics. Okay, cool. I'll do that. But I'm starving to death now. Oh, and by the way, there's a magnetic storm coming, which breaks everything in the base, irradiates everybody. I'm out of radiation filters. I'm scrambling to make those. Guys.
You okay?
Yes, I hate this game. I hate this game. I hate it, and it kills me because I wanted to love this game so much, and I did not realize that this was just going to be a management sim. I should have known that because this developer has made other games that are very popular. This is the same developer that made the Frostpunk games. Guess what? I have tried both Frostpunk 1 and 2. I love it for the first 2 hours or so until the management stuff kicks in.
Yep.
And then everything just falls apart. And I go, I hate this game. It's the exact same thing, man.
Dude, so,
Yeah,
okay, let me ask you real quick. Did you ever, like, how often were you actually doing the stuff yourself? Mining?
Very rarely. Very rarely. Dude, I know that there's production systems.
Then-
I know you can queue things. I know that you can make your alters do it. I know that you can go do it. It didn't matter. It was always work, and nobody was happy.
No, most of the time I played this game, I've been exploring. Everyone else does everything. I always have people. I never ran out of materials. I never ran out of storage. I was always the next size up. I would have multiple days to just hang out and mine more and get more materials before moving on to the next.
Well, Ryan, you're a better alter than I am.
I don't
apparently.
understand how you can't have that happen.
Bro, okay, so you're going to get me started because the other thing that I hate in video games is RNG, right? Where just some random event can happen and it completely ruins like my game. I had there's a point in the game where the planet's getting a little bit more turbulent and a magnetic storm. A magnetic storm rolls through, right? Everybody gets hit by the magnetic storm. You better have a ton of radiation filters and all this stuff, but even if you do, things break and everything goes haywire. I had a magnetic storm that lasted 2 days straight, guys. I was talking to Paul. Paul's like, mine lasted like 3 hours, dude. I used up like 3 filters and 1 repair kit, and that was it. Mine lasted 2 full days.
I had one of those
It ruined everything, man. Guess what, guys? The only thing that I could think about was this game should be a roguelike. This should not be like a progression game because I got to a point where everything was so out of whack that I could not recover, dude. I could not recover.
Dude, I could not agree more, man. I think if this was a roguelike, it would have changed a lot of things for
Absolutely.
me. There was another indie sort of base builder resource management game that came out a while ago called Spiritfarer. I think you guys played that.
Mm-hmm.
And
Paul
so
played
there was something about that game where when you're playing it, you feel like productive. Like I'm creating something, I'm enhancing something. This game just made me feel like I'd walked off the plank with a weight on my leg, man. And I was just like struggling to freaking stay afloat. Definition of work in a game.
Yeah. So I fully admit I'm bad at the game, guys. I see
bad.
Other people like,
Terrible.
I didn't even struggle on this one part and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, okay, well, apparently I'm bad at this. But also, I don't want to work in my video games. So this absolutely crushes my soul because I was so excited for this game.
You were. I was excited for you.
We've been blasting this game to the world. I loved the first 3 hours, maybe even 4 hours of it. And then I hit the point where I went, guys, I've made some bad choices that have come back to haunt me. I can't just restart the day. This is not a roguelike game. I cannot recover from the bad choices that I have made. Let me reload 4 hours back. And then even then, it was still just fell apart for me. So, all right, that's enough of that. John and I hate this game. Ryan loves this game. All right, let's...
I want to clarify. I hate my experience with the game. I have a lot of respect for the game, but
I do. That's
game
very
isn't
fair.
for me. Yeah.
That's very fair because I can appreciate the heck out of what this game is, man. It is masterfully done. Honestly, it oozes quality.
Mm-hmm.
It oozes like a really neat storyline. I love games that make you think because you get into some serious kind of like ethics questions and issues in the game a little bit later on with creating these altars. You're in a life-threatening situation, so it's like, bro, I'm just trying to live. But everything in this game kind of comes with some ramifications as well. All right. let's break down. Man, we went way too long on that, but I know people want to know what we think. And
we
then,
did.
Yeah. Okay. Let's break down. We promised to break down the various elements of the game. So let's dive into that a little bit more. All right. Because this is also going to get into why I don't like parts of this game. So when you start out on the alien planet and you're basically told, hey, your crew's all dead. You got to go explore and look around. Ryan, what are some of the things that you can wind up doing on the outer like alien planet landscape stuff?
So they did a really good job with this as far as the exploration goes. You have a kind of Jedi Fallen Order looking map, like that hollow 3D looking depth of map that you can have. That I didn't mind. A lot of times those aren't very good, but the map was pretty solid. But you go around, you can explore for your minerals that you have to get. There's metals, there's organics, excuse me, all kinds of stuff that you have to get to do your base additions and your building and stuff. So as far as exploration goes, the name of the game is finding these minerals to harvest, and you can build outposts on them and then kind of go exponentially from there.
Yep. John, why don't you talk about the base part a little bit? Because you got this really wicked looking base. It's a giant wheel. You get all these different modules and base components, and you got to have a kitchen because you need to be able to cook food. And so talk about the base component a little bit for us.
Yeah, so the base component, if I'm being honest, is it's not a terribly innovative base building system. There's kind of a lot of the general recipe components for a base builder on there. You've got storage areas, and you've got production areas, and you've got research areas, and you've got areas for your crew to either get well or experience joy. I will say that the style component was very well realized.
Yep.
Yeah.
The base looks gorgeous, and then even the detail of what the inside of the rooms is gorgeous.
Yeah.
Every room has its own little unique personality. I especially love there's a social room in it that looks really nice, and the dorm always has this really cool, like almost like modern 80s sort of music playing in it that is just great. But so yeah, not terribly innovative in a base building perspective, but very refined, like very, very refined, very well polished.
Yeah, I actually think the base part might be my favorite part of the game because you had to kind of work within the confines of space too, which I always find fun. And it let you just freely rearrange the modules and stuff. So it's like a little bit of a puzzle game with, can you cram in one more thing without, upgrading the size of your base? And your alters are always coming to you saying, hey man, we don't have a place to sleep. And then you're like, oh, whoops, sorry. I guess I better build you a dormitory. Like,
Sick of sleeping on the floor, man.
Yeah. Dude, honestly, like, I found the base building to be quite enjoyable and the exploration to be quite enjoyable. If you would have removed the urgency of the resource management part or changed it some way, this would have been a big hit for me. It was honestly that.
The sun was coming, John. I'm sorry we can't control the sun.
Well, the sun is coming and we're running out of everything.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, if you're running out of stuff, it means you've made errors and now you can't recover because there's no way to fix these problems that you made 4 hours ago, guys. All right. I'm going to talk about the altars because the game's called The Altars. I think that this is a masterful system. I really love the premise behind this. I love the fact that like the technology behind creating your altars, you get to see these life kind of paths where, you make these major life choices. And we've all been there. Like, this is something everybody can relate to, which I think is fantastic. It's like, dude grew up in an abusive household, does he stick around and protect his mom, or does he leave and kind of say, hey, I'm going to focus on my own life? And then if you do that, there's a branching path, and maybe he became a technician, or maybe he became a botanist, and then down those paths, it's like, hey, you meet a girl and, you guys fall in love, but you have this opportunity to be a successful businessman. Do you pursue that, or do you stick with your wife and, give up success? And then that creates a branching path. And this is where all your altars come from. You can generate these altars, you kind of grow them, and then they help you. But man, these guys got issues, man. These guys, and I think this is part of where I start to fall off on this a little bit, because I I'm a problem solver, right? Like as much like that's a goofy thing, but I like, and Ryan, I know you relate to this too, because we're both very handy and we fix things around our house and stuff like that. John, I'll be honest, I don't know how handy you are. So,
not very.
yeah. So, but like, I'm a problem solver. If something's broken, it's like, cool. I can analyze it. I can fix it. It's fixed. And now I'm like, yeah, cool dad, good husband award, all that stuff. You can't fix all the problems in this game. And that bugs me to death because it's like, you alters are never freaking happy, man. You wanted a dormitory. I gave you a dormitory. And it's like, yeah, but now we don't have good food. And it's like, okay, well, let me make you some good food. If you make good food for this guy, now that altar gets mad. He's like, we're wasting resources. Why are we eating these fancy meals? And I'm like, bro, I'm just doing the best I can over here, man. Why are you getting on to me all the time? And then he's like, oh, I think I'm just going to revolt now and I'm going to beat up this guy. And now all the altars are freaking out over each other and they're all blaming me for it. I'm like, you guys need to look in the mirror, man. This isn't me. This is you. Anyway, sorry about that. But so yes, you have to manage
the altars.
You have to manage your altars. You have to manage the happiness of your altars. You have to manage their interpersonal relationships. And it's a really, really neat game element that I think is unlike anything else out there for the most part. I just hate it personally.
Yeah, to put a positive note on this, something that I like, there's one voice actor who does all of the altars basically. And you could tell that guy was having fun with it, man. I mean, he had to do he had to do many iterations of the same sort of voice and character. And you could tell that there was like different like speech patterns and different ways he was like kind of directing the dialogue towards you. And I thought that was cool that, you know, the fact that they all had their own hairstyles and stuff was a little cheeseball, but necessary to be able to tell them apart at a glance and stuff. But I thought that was cool. I thought that was a lot of fun. I had the same frustrations as Josh, but a lot of fun.
Yeah, this guy, I got to give him credit too, because he is an accomplished voice actor. He was the voice of Mr. Hands in Cyberpunk. He was Rook in Dragon Age Veilguard. Like this guy's, he's done a lot of really stuff that people would recognize. And to voice all of these altars single-handedly and give them the different inflections and all that stuff is, I mean, kudos, man.
I have a question for you guys. One of our Discord members and I have had a couple of conversations. His name is People Wonder is his Discord name. But we've had a couple of discussions about like cursing in games. And so there was this game that came out recently, South of Midnight, where the cursing just felt completely unnecessary. It felt out of place in that game. There was quite a bit of cursing in this too. Do you guys have any thoughts on that?
I mean, here's my take on any of this stuff, man, is if it makes sense in the context of the game or movie, it's fine. You know, if you want to make a rated R movie and, you know, there's violence and nudity and things like that in it, if it makes sense in the story that you're telling, like, at least I can wrap my head around that. It's when things feel like they're like shoved in because it's like, oh guys, like this doesn't have anything to do with our plot, but we need cussing and we need nudity in here to appeal to people. That's where I kind of go like, bro, this is so disingenuous. It seems fake. It doesn't make any sense to me. You know, it's one of those things. If I was trapped on an alien planet and the sun is barreling down on me and I'm going to die, I'm probably going to be cursing a good bit. And I'm not the kind of person that curses very often, but in that situation, I'm probably going to pull out some strong adjectives to explain my feelings at the point, you know? So that's my thought, honestly, in as a whole with stuff like that.
Yeah, I would agree with you. So like GTA is a great example, you know, the way that game is constructed, you're like, oh yeah, these people are throwing out, you know, curse words like with reckless abandon. For some reason, it felt a little out of place in this one too.
There was a couple spots. I know what you're talking about. There was a couple spots where you're like, huh, what?
It felt like, you know, like, hey, guys, we haven't met our curse quota here. We got to, you know, this has to be a rated M game. Yeah.
All right. We're going a little bit long, but that is the gist of the game. I mean,
wait. Worst altar.
The worst
Your
altar?
least favorite altar.
Oh, the minor.
Oh, minor. He's the worst.
I don't want to spoil why, because it's a kind of a moment in the game, but I will. And maybe I'll be honest, maybe part of my frustration is that I went with the minor like in both times. And people that are going to play this game will understand why. And maybe I should have just
it's not
picked
worth
the minor.
it. The extra metal is not worth it.
Like he set me back about a week, honestly, of work to try to appease him. And I think that might be part of my downfall with that. But yeah, for me, it's the minor. What about you, John?
The botanist.
You hate the botanist?
I hate the botanist.
What?
Why would you hate me, bro?
Yeah.
He's just, I don't know.
Man, that's
Just
not really
very
chill.
sensitive. Just a very sensitive. I wouldn't get along with that guy.
Okay.
I don't know.
I mean, that's fair. That's just
I
funny
was
'cause
not
it's like,
expecting the botanist.
he's the dude that's giving food to everybody. Usually the guy that's like growing food and cooking it is like the guy that everybody loves, man.
Here's some
Yeah,
lettuce, my
I'll
dude.
do my own cooking. Yeah.
Is it the minor for you too, Ryan?
Oh yeah, dude. He was the
Yeah.
absolute worst. I hated him. Don't do the minor.
All right. So guys, what worked for you? Like, I know John and I have kind of, harped on some of the aspects that didn't work and why we don't like the game, but what did work for you in this?
For me, basically everything worked like I thought it was a great game. The controls were maybe not as like polished as I'd want, but I mean that's not what this game is. I think for what this game is, I thought it was fantastic, honestly. I thought it was a very well-crafted game. It will find a very specific audience, which is awesome. That's kind of one of the things I love about indie is that they typically operate cheaper and they can fill more of these niche things. Like it may not be perfect for everybody, but it's got to be really perfect for a certain set of people. This just isn't really my kind of game,
Yeah.
Like Ryan hadn't liked Souls-likes before. You don't like cozy games, Josh. There's not every game isn't going to be for everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this one's just not for me.
Was it mostly the sim management part that kind of really turned you off?
I think that if this had either been a roguelike element where there's some sort of reset and progression, like notable progression built into the grind cycle, that would have helped. Or if they would have, honestly, removed some of the urgency behind the resource management, either one of those things would have made a far more enjoyable situation for me. I was really engaged in the story. I loved the characters. I loved the music. I loved the look of the game. Honestly, it was just, hey, man, we're running out of rad filters. Hey, man, we got no food. Hey, man, it's not the right food. I'm just like, dude, I can't deal with these little jabby complaints anymore, man. It is just, it is wearing on me.
I need a park bench, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
What about
exactly.
you, Ryan? You say you loved the game.
Yeah.
What worked for you?
Honestly, kind of all of it. I really, really enjoyed the management and constructing my base and having everything look clean and nice. Like normally, in a lot of games, I just toss stuff everywhere, extra items. I don't try to be neat and cozy, but with these, I always try to make it look good. I thought it was a lot of fun and it was enjoyable every time I had to add stuff to the base or configure it. I love the exploration. I thought it was a beautiful world. The gameplay, there wasn't a lot there as far as, you could battle the voids and stuff, but that's about it. For that.
The gameplay could have been done on a mobile game. I mean,
yeah. But overall though, I liked pretty much everything. The urgency part was a little annoying at times with certain minerals, and then you got crunch time and stuff, and then like we said with the altars, everybody gets mad.
Yeah. I want to just clarify because I've made my dislike of certain aspects of this game known. I think that this is a fantastic video game. Like, this is a game that I would absolutely recommend to people to say, hey, this game's well done, man. Like, I am not faulting the game in any way. The development of this game, they delayed it. They took their time with it. I think that paid off. It presents well. It plays well. It's satisfying with how it rewards you. It creates anxiety and stress when it needs to. Like, this is a masterfully done video game. Like, I do not discount any of that. So all of that works phenomenally. It is just the simple fact that this game became heavy into the management sim part of it. And again, I've played their other games and they do the same thing. So I know somebody's going to go, Josh, you're an idiot if you thought this was going to be any different. And you're right. I am an idiot. I don't discount that at all. But like, everything in this game worked, except for the fact that it's just not my kind of game. And it kind of veiled that for a little while because it had a really nice mix of things for the first 4 or 5 hours. And then it went heavy into the management sim part and it just lost me. So, all right. Well, I would ask what didn't work for us as the next follow-up, but I think people kind of know at this point. So
I do want to throw out one more thing that I think is a huge, gigantic positive, and not just for this game specifically. But I just went through a relocation. I moved from Arizona to Washington State. And it's a long drive. And I frankly got sick of blueprints for some of the same reasons that we're talking about on the way up. And so The Alters was released day one on Game Pass, like several other big games have come out. And I was able to play this game cloud on my backbone on cell service, literally just walking around my neighborhood or driving up here. It's awesome, guys. If you guys aren't on Game Pass, man, what a steal. What an awesome deal is that. And, again, Backbone, we had the CEO on the show a while ago. We haven't received one penny from them, but that's a really cool device. It turns your phone into basically a next gen mobile platform. That's a really sweet combination, guys.
Yeah. All right, guys, we're running out of time here. Let's rate this game, man. I'll be honest, this is where it's really tough, right? How do you take your bias for certain game types, right, and say I did not like this game? In fact, I walked out down, and my wife's like, "What's the matter?" And I was like, that game I was really excited about? And she's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "I think I hate it." And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "I think I actually hate it, man. It's just ticking me off. Like, I feel like I'm wasting my time and it's work and this isn't fun for me."
Same thing.
But at the same time, it's like, bro, this is a really, really good video game. And one of the things we're always talking about is innovation. This game is unique. It stands on its own, unlike a lot of other games out there that are just clones of each other and things like that. So this is really hard for me because it's like, I want to just shred this game on my rating because it's like, I hate it. I won't play it ever again. But at the same time, it's like, I mean, we really need more of this in the gaming world too, where, I didn't crash at all. I didn't stutter. The performance was good, beautiful, well done, well voice acted. I mean, everything a game should be, this game is. So I am going to not eviscerate it as much as I really want to, because I do appreciate what this game is. So I am going to give this game an 8, which is the compromise in my brain that says I hate it. I really want to give it a 3 or a 4, but also it's really, really good game. I can't go any higher than that just because of my own bias. So I'm going to give it an 8. I would absolutely recommend this game to people. I think we've seen people in our Discord server saying Game of the Year contender, and I absolutely understand that thinking.
Yeah, for me, I would echo the same exact sentiments. My overall impression of the game, if I remove my bias, is probably an 8 out of 10. My experience with the game, a 4 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well, all right. So what are you going to actually rate it though, John? Because you can't give it both. You have to just give it a score.
I'd give it a 8 out of 10 on its merit. Yep.
Fair. Ryan? I loved this game.
That's actually better than I thought you guys were going to be. That's pretty good. I'm not too mad about that. This game did a lot right that I really enjoyed and a lot less wrong, in my opinion. I really wish you would try it again, Josh, at some point if you watch some videos or something. Because if you
went back once, dude, Ryan.
But you got it. If you get in the right flow, you don't have to do anything. You set your cues up, you have everything set. But anyways, I know I probably won't convince you. But it was a really good game. I'm gonna give it a 9.1.
Whoa!
Yeah, it was
in the 9s for Ryan.
I haven't cracked out on a game like this in a long time.
You did crack out on this.
I was just a junkie playing it, and I had a couple long sessions, and I was just playing it in bed before, and I kept falling asleep, and so yeah, 9.1.
That's high praise. It is a very good game, everybody. You should give this a try if it looks even remotely interesting. I love the fact that so many people are talking about it in our server right now that are loving it. I love the fact that people are saying, hey, this might be a Game of the Year contender. That makes me really happy. I know this is going to be a shock to people when they're like, Josh, no! John, no! Like, why? You guys know us, man. I wanted to like this game. Everybody knows it.
No hate. No hate.
Yeah. Yeah, no hate to the game. Exactly. This game, everything it tried to do, I think it did great. So, all right, fellas, that's going to do it for this one, man. I'm sorry, Alters. You made a great game. It's just not for me, and it's just not for John, apparently. But check it out, people. It is a very good game, and it would not surprise me if this is in Game of the Year contention. Like, I can admit that as a gamer. It very likely could be in that running, so we'll see. So, all right, listen, if you haven't done so already, make sure you follow the show. Leave us a review, a 5-star rating, a review on Apple Podcasts. Let us know how we're doing. It really helps us out, but not only does it help the show, but it helps us know how we're doing too. You know, we're always striving to get better. We want to make this the best gaming podcast on the planet, and we need you to help us do that. So make sure you follow. Come join our Discord server. There's a link in the episode description. If you want to support this show, and help us bring more content to the world, get some awesome perks, maybe have a say in some of the games that we're going to play or some of the punishments that are going to happen from Game Court, you can sign up on Patreon. There's a link in the episode description for that. It's super quick to do, and it goes a long, long way to helping us do what we do. So thank you to everybody out there like Butch that has signed up to support this podcast. All right, fellas, that's going to do it for this one. I'm going to uninstall the altars. Until next time, happy gaming.
Ah, my arm. See ya.
Toodaloo.